It's been an incredible week for cruising with so many different announcements. We've put all of this information into the ultimate guide for cruising in 2021, including information on vaccines and a full update of what's happening. Well, ahoy there, cruisers!
Welcome to this video.
Well, 3, 2. Well, ahoy there, cruisers!
Welcome to this video with... Sorry, you've done that 4 times now. I'm David, this is Ben. Welcome to the video, subscribe. There we go.
We're not going to go through all of the protocols cruise lines are doing because we've covered this a million bazillion times. As a quick reminder, it's involving mask wearing, social distancing, ships not at capacity, extra cleaning, pre-boarding checks and more, but we're going to talk about the vaccines and things later on. This will change as time goes on because eventually things will be back to normal, which is great. We're going to be looking specifically at what all of the major big cruise lines are doing, whether or not they're requiring the vaccine or testing, and what their plans are, because things have changed so much. First up from Royal Caribbean, some breaking news, and the news keeps getting better. They have announced Vision of the Seas will sail from Bermuda. This will start on June the 26th, 2021. Vision of the Seas will sail from outside of the United States, so it can cruise sooner and get around those CDC rules. The cruises will offer overnight stays in Bermuda, as well as a call at Royal Caribbean's private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. The sailings will open on March the 29th, and sailings will require all adults above the age of 18 to be vaccinated and all those under 18 to have a PCR test. And you must also meet the travel requirements for Bermuda.
And as they announced last week, they'll be cruising from Nassau in the Bahamas from the 12th of June. You can book these cruises from the 24th of March. They'll be sailing on Adventure of the Seas, and these will be Caribbean 7-night cruises. If you'd like to sail on one of these sailings, you will need to have the vaccine if you're over the age of 18. If you're under the age of 18, you'll need to present a negative PCR test to get on board. At the moment, it does not specify if these cruises are just for USA residents or for anybody around the world.
As you know, they're also cruising from Israel. Vaccines are only required for those over 16 there, and they're for Israeli residents only on Odyssey of the Seas, and you can book now.
They're also currently sailing from Singapore. Vaccines are not required, but negative tests are required for all crew and passengers. These sailings are for Singapore residents only, and they're on the Quantum of the Seas.
So all of the cruises have been cancelled until June, and we think that date's going to be pushed further back. But we are expecting to see an announcement from the UK as well, because lots of cruise lines have announced things that we're going to talk about. Maybe we'll see Anthem of the Seas. We can also see as well that the Harmony of the Seas is making her way back to Europe as well. So are we going to see cruises in Europe as well? There's also been talk from places like Bermuda. They've said that cruise lines are saying they're interested to base a ship there as well. And we've heard the same with Cozumel as well. So this isn't going to be the last of the announcements. It's really good news. We're starting to see cruise lines pop up everywhere, defying the CDC laws.
The rumour mill is rife, isn't it? People are tracking them ships daily. So, like Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruises are also tired of waiting for the CDC and announced sailings from St Martin starting from June the 5th. These are available to book from March the 25th. These are 7-night cruises around the Caribbean, and vaccines will be needed if you're over the age of 18 or a negative PCR test if you're under the age of 18. All other cruises have been cancelled until June.
Next up, we've got Norwegian Cruise Line. These have been particularly quiet. We haven't really heard anything, but we do expect to see an announcement any time soon. Maybe something along the lines of Royal or Celebrity with cruises in the UK, or maybe from a Caribbean island. We still don't know if vaccinations will be required, but we think they'll follow suit and that they will be. They've also, interestingly, just suspended cruises on the Norwegian Encore, Jewel and Jade until October or November. Could we see a revised deployment, including the UK? This is very interesting. So we think we're going to see these ships used somewhere. All other cruises are cancelled until at least July 2021. And next up with MSC Cruises, as you know, they're already sailing in Italy with their proven protocols. They did have one very small breakout, which was contained very quickly by the protocols, basically just proving that they work. But as you know, they also announced short UK cruises from their new terminal here in Southampton. And they're not just going to be offering cruises from Southampton. Later on, they're going to be offering other UK ports for departure. We don't know the ship yet, but we think it might be Magnifica or a Meraviglia class. They're coming back sooner than everybody else on the 20th of May. That's just 2 months away. And for those who can't have the vaccine, some good news. Vaccines are not required for anybody. That means for kids as well, so kids can get on board. Those who haven't had the vaccine, including children, need a negative COVID test within 72 hours of departure. So it's great. It's the only cruise line in the UK so far that's going to be welcoming children in the summer. And they're also considering deploying a second ship if the demand is there. Looking at other cruise lines, this could be very possible. And we are expecting to see some sort of announcement soon for a ship maybe based in the Caribbean, Cozumel maybe a seaside class ship. Keep your eyes peeled, we'll let you know as soon as we hear something. This video would not have been possible without our friends at NordVPN. We've tried lots of VPNs in the past, but we haven't found anything as close as good as NordVPN for its features. We use Nord to unlock Netflix and streaming sites around the world. It's fantastic. It means when we're on a cruise in Italy, for example, we can still watch UK TV and Netflix.
And it opens up so much more content to watch when we're home too. We can tune into Netflix in the USA, Australia, pretty much just about anywhere in the world, and watch shows and movies that are not available here.
And we can connect using our phones, computers, laptops, tablets, just about any device. Best of all, Nord has super fast servers in 60 different countries, 24/7 customer support, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, all of it, you'll get your money back.
On top of this, it also protects all of your data no matter where you are.
And because we're working with NordVPN, and for their birthday, happy birthday Nord, every purchase of a 2-year plan will get you 1 additional month free and a surprise gift.
Ooh.
What could it be? Details are in the description section below. Now back to the show.
Now more news from our side of the pond. Over here, P&O Cruises UK announced summer cruises sailing from Southampton. These are for UK residents only and they're available to book now. They actually had an unprecedented demand for the bookings and it even crashed their website yesterday.
We've just got to say to all of those people who said that cruising was going to be cancelled, it's never going to be back, it's going to be dead forever. Well, no, it's back. Yes, and we are so happy. To all of you naysayers in the comments, well, we didn't want to say we told you so, but we told you so.
Yeah, absolutely. They literally are selling out ships. It's fantastic. So they're offering 3, 4 and 7 night cruises on the Britannia and their brand new ship, the Iona. The Britannia will be sailing from June and Iona will be sailing from August. There's no port stops and it's just coastal cruising. Vaccines are required with no exceptions, and that means that there'll be no children on board as children cannot be vaccinated here in the UK. Because of these cruises, all of the cruises on the Britannia and the Iona have been cancelled until the end of September, and all other ships in the P&O fleet have been cancelled until the end of August.
So next up, Princess, very similar to P&O, announcing cruises from the UK, boarding from Southampton, 3, 4 and 7 night cruises on Regal and Sky Princess, beginning at the end of July, booking from the 25th of March. Some cruises will call at UK ports as well, including Belfast, Greenock in Scotland and Liverpool, where the Beatles were. They're offering these cruises to UK residents only, and again, vaccines are going to be needed, no exceptions, no children. Just the way it is. Most other sailings around the world have been pushed back until the end of June.
Also, sister brand Cunard have announced UK short cruises on the Queen Elizabeth from Southampton. These two are going to be coastal cruises with no stops for UK residents only. There's no official word on whether you will need to be vaccinated or not, but looking at P&O and Princess, we think it's going to be the same situation. You must be vaccinated with no exceptions.
Next up, luxury line Viking are going to be offering UK cruises as well from May the 22nd on their brand new ship, Viking Venus. They're going to be off
the Venus.
Oh,
Viking Venus.
Bit of Bananarama there for you. They're going to be 7 night cruises from Portsmouth, doing English scenic shore cruises with no stops. That's really hard to say.
It is really hard to say.
They're going to be for UK residents only, and there's no announcement of needing the vaccination yet. Past customers are the only ones who can register interest at the moment. All of the cruises before May the 31st have remained cancelled with Viking.
And another British cruise line, Marella, have just announced today that they will be offering UK cruises, but there is no details just yet, so make sure you click that subscribe button now to stay up to date.
And there's been no further announcements from other cruise lines like Carnival, Disney, Virgin, Holland, America. As soon as we hear something since our last shows, we'll bring it to you.
Yeah, been very, very quiet from them other cruise lines, hasn't it?
Finally, a CDC update. As you can see from this news, cruise lines have given up with the CDC. They've basically said, well, if we can't cruise here, we're buggering off to the Caribbean where it's sunny, hot and delicious, and we're going to cruise there, moving their ships to Caribbean departures, and we do not blame them for a second. It's not only us who have been criticising the CDC. Cruise lines, fellow cruisers, politicians and the media have been throwing blame about, and governors in the USA are even pushing for the CDC to do something about it. The cruise industry is worth millions of dollars to ports and local areas that cruisers call, as well as all of the millions of staff it employs as well. Well, maybe not millions, but you know what I mean. Things have changed so much that the conditional sail order won't even work. What they need to do, like we said, is just say, look, the vaccines are required and this should give them the confidence that they need for cruises to start again. They've dragged their feet so much with the conditional sail order that, as we said, it's not even relevant anymore. They just keep offering false promises to cruise lines and consumers. In other news in the USA, there's also been talk that Biden is in talks to start opening the USA to the UK and Europe, as well as land crossings of borders in Canada and Mexico. This could happen by mid-May. This is really good news, and it means that we could see changes from the CDC. We don't know when, probably in 2046, 16 years after the pandemic ends. But hey, we'll see what happens, won't we?
Oh God, you've said the pandemic's going to end. It's not going to end now, is it? We're going to be sat here in 2046 honestly, still talking about it.
What are the CDC doing? It's ridiculous. You've literally got billions of people in Disneyland right now, and trillions of people in Vegas.
It's crazy. Have you seen the videos from Disney, from Vegas? Vegas was at 100% capacity over the last week. That is absolutely crazy.
And you've got packed aeroplanes and other forms of transport. It makes absolutely no sense to us. Thank you so much for watching this episode. As you can see, fantastic news all around. So many cruise lines making announcements of cruise coming back, and there's lots of movement at the moment, so stay subscribed because we'll bring you all of that news as soon as it happens.
And the best way to keep on top of everything, as well as subscribing to our channel, is to come and join us on Facebook. You can find the link in the description section below.
And thank you so much to all of our patrons as well. You guys really help our channel keep running during these difficult times. In return, we give you loads of behind the scenes footages. We've just made a video of our vaccination journey, so becoming vaccination volunteers. We're going to be popping that video up just for our patrons. Our captain of the week is Sean, so ahoy there, Sean. Remember to click the link in the description for your Nord trial as well. NordVPN. Thanks for that. That's it till next time.
Happy cruising.